Some say that you can save a lot of money by switching to the private health insurance. Others say the private health insurance will become really expensive when you're old or get kids. What's true here? Well, one thing's for sure, expats can get a special health insurance with a 10% discount compared to what I have to pay as a German. How does this work exactly, and do I wish that I was an expat now as well? Yes, I do. And the other question will be answered in this PerFinEx health insurance video. Let's talk about the public, the private and the expat health insurance in detail and understand why there are such big differences in price and in coverage. The public health insurance is the easiest to understand, and statistically most of you guys watching are insured there. But is it the best? Let's find out together. Your public health insurance premium is based on your income, unlike with the other two insurances. The maximum salary that is subject for public health insurance is €62,100 this year, out of which you have to pay 14.6%, split 50-50, with your employer. So here's the first myth that we can clear. Contrary to popular belief, the public health insurance does raise its prices every year because the salary threshold rises every year. Public health insurance premiums actually rise threefold, which we'll come to in a moment. Let's stick with this graph for now, because if you would like to exit the public health insurance and switch to private, you would need to earn €69,300 this year or be self-employed. And that's why we took the maximum public health insurance premium into account for our comparison, because if you earn less than €69,300, this whole comparison is meaningless because you're forced to be in the public health insurance anyway. So why does the public health insurance increase in three different ways exactly? First, by the salary that is subject to public health premiums, what you can see in the graph. Then by the percentage of your salary you have to pay. It was 9.5% 50 years ago, and now it's 14.6%. And by the additional contribution that every public health insurance chooses on their own. Percentages range currently from 0.9% all the way up to 2.7%. The average this year is 1.7%. Before the year 2005, this additional contribution didn't exist at all. On top of that comes the care insurance, which many of you seem to forget quite often. This was introduced in 1995 and rose the highest since then. This year it's 4% for people without kids and 3.4% for people with kids. People with kids pay less? That's unequal in front of the law and therefore against the Grundgesetz. That's right, it is unequal in front of the law. But that's the government telling you to get more kids in order to keep the public health insurance pyramid scheme going. Summing it all up, we come to an average €1,050 a month that you have to pay in public health insurance, split 50-50 with your employer, of course. Because the employer pays 50% of your social security contributions. If you pay less, good for you. But that also means that you don't have the freedom to choose which health insurance system you want to be in. Public or private. The private health insurance works similar but different. You also pay for the part of health insurance, just like in public, but you can choose the coverage you like yourself. We like to compare the coverage with hotels. One-star health insurance is the motel, the lowest coverage possible by our German social code. That's the public health insurance and some private plans that you definitely don't want to choose. I know they're cheap now, but you will regret this later on big time. If you switch to the private health insurance, you want to go for at least a 3-star plan, a nice hotel room if you will, or a 5-star plan, the luxury resort. That's what I chose for myself because my health is very important to me. Is a 5-star health insurance automatically super expensive? Not necessarily. There's really good ways to adjust your deductible and cashback in order to make a 5-star private health insurance really affordable. You can book a free meeting with us right here, and then we can see what the best health insurance plan is for you. The regular health part of the insurance with €0 deductible, so the insurance pays for everything, starts at €325 for 3-star, €378 for 4-star, and €423 for a 5-star insurance, all for a 30-year-old person. A 40-year-old would pay €388 up to €500 a month, and a 50-year-old 479 to 619 euros a month. With 50, you should have made your health insurance decision a long time ago, but I still want to show you the numbers so you can still see it's possible. And to prove my point, the private health insurances do not explode when you get older, let me introduce you to seniority savings, the 10% extra you see here with every private health insurance. These 10% are the reason why expat insurances are cheaper. I'll explain this in a moment. First, let me tell you what seniority savings actually are. Every private health insurance charges 10% on top of the price of the regular health insurance in order to invest that money for your retirement. What do you think the total amount of all seniority savings of all private health insurance in Germany is? Over 330 billion euros and growing by the second. That's another big difference compared to the public health insurance that lost 25 billion last year. So while one system is getting richer by the second, the other system is getting poorer by the second. All privately insured people pay this 10% extra until age 60. Then your health insurance gets 10% cheaper, and from 67 onwards, your insurance uses the invested amount to keep your premium in retirement as low as possible. And here I want to use the chance again to motivate you to get a good quality health insurance from the start. Because here's my seniority savings letter that I received last summer. My insurance saved for me over 11,000 euros in seniority savings for health insurance plus 1,400 euros for care insurance. That is more than 13,000 euros over the 6.5 years I've been insured in the private health insurance. And if I divide that by my monthly premium of a little over 300 euros, we see that my insurance saved not 10%, but 52% of what I'm paying for my retirement. Absolutely insane amount, which goes to show you, get a high quality insurance and you will profit from that over the long term. Also in the private health insurance, you have the sick leave pay. If you get sick for more than 42 days, because this is when most employers would stop paying your salary. That's optional, you don't have to get it. But since it's included in the public health insurance as well, we included it here too. The difference is that the public health insurance compares 70% of your gross salary with 90% of your net salary and pays you whatever's lower. The private health insurance pays whatever you like to have. As the maximum for the public health insurance is 120 euros a day anyway, we selected the same for private health insurance. And last but not least, the mandatory care insurance part, which will pay if you're in need of long-term care. And not surprisingly, the younger you are, the cheaper the care insurance is, just like all the other parts of the private health insurance. Just keep in mind that entry age matters. Your private health insurance will not get more expensive when you get older or get sick. Entry age matters. So, all in all, we have a little below half the price of public for a 30-year-old with a 3-star insurance and even a 50-year-old with a 5-star insurance. The best you can get in Germany is still 200 euros a month cheaper than public 1-star insurance. That's kind of insane, isn't it? Because keep in mind that with 60, your premium goes down 10% because you don't have to pay seniority savings anymore. And with 67, sick leave pay goes away because you don't work anymore. And all the seniority savings will be used to lower your private premium. So if you're really scared about rising private health insurance premiums in retirement, which I think there's zero reason to be, but who cares about my opinion, you can use whatever you save right now from your switch from public to private and increase your seniority savings voluntarily. The more the insurance invests for you, the lower your premium will be in retirement. And for employees, that is absolutely awesome because you pay only 50% of your voluntary seniority savings because of the employer match, but later on you get 100% of the benefit. Now, what's so revolutionary about the special expat insurance? That you don't have to pay the seniority savings part, which means that your health insurance is about 10% cheaper than any other regular private health insurance. Isn't that awesome that insurances do this? Everybody who earns above 69,300 euro with a temporary residence, a blue card for example, can get this special expat insurance without seniority savings for a maximum of 5 years. This gives you enough time to figure out if you want to stay here in Germany or not. If not, you didn't have to spend 10% extra on seniority savings, which you will never use anyway. In that case, thank you in the name of all privately insured people like me. And if you do decide to stay here in Germany, you switch after 5 years to a standard private health insurance without new entry age and without any health questions asked. So if you developed a serious illness over the 5 years that you've been insured in the expat insurance, your insurance will still have to insure you under normal conditions and normal prices. Absolutely awesome that Germany is getting more and more expat friendly if you ask me. And if we can help you select the right private health insurance or expat health insurance for your individual situation, let us know by booking a free meeting with us right here. I wish you all good health, and I see you in the next video.